I think it is time to start recording. What's up, guys? Uh, oh, hey, you know what? You're awesome. Thanks. Today we're doing histograms. Um, and we are on page 871 in the book. If you don't have your book, that's okay. Pull it up online. I'm going to attach those documents. You can follow along with me. And then if you don't have that, a blank sheet of paper works just fine. I really hope you guys are watching these videos. I do like making them, and they really help you learn these lessons. A lot of you guys are not watching the videos. You're just doing the forms, and I can clearly tell because you guys are missing some really easy questions on those forms that you wouldn't normally miss in my classroom. So make sure you put in all that effort for me. Remember, these are due by Friday. I'm not supposed to be releasing lessons until Tuesdays. I'm supposed to give you all the lessons on Tuesday, apparently. But I really, really like our system that we got going here, where I release one a day. So let's just keep it going. Um, you guys keep up the questions if you got them. Keep turning in your work. And again, Mr. Wagner sent out or Dr. Wagner sent out a reminder last night that this is school. This is important. You still have to do this. So keep it up. Let's jump into it. I don't want to make this video too long. Histograms. Histograms are like bar graphs. You guys have seen bar graphs before, but they look like this, right? And you have over here we have number of people, and down here we have, say, favorite color, right? This is what a bar graph would kind of look like, okay? And you would say blue, red, green, and brown because of our Browns fans. For some reason, there's a lot of them. I don't get that. But anyway, your bar graph is based on categories. Okay, and so if you have a number of people that say they're like blue, then this would number up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And you would say there's 3 people that like blue, so you would put a bar for blue. It goes up to 3. Okay. And then say there were 2 people that liked red. So you put a bar up to 2 for red, 4 for green, and then let's say there's 6 people that like the color brown. Just like that. It's a bar graph, right? Bar graphs are based on categories. Categories. Okay? And so that's why bar graphs are taught to you at a younger age. It's a little bit easier to understand. Today, histograms, although they look very similar, are definitely not the same. Okay, they look similar, but they have a lot more to do with the numbers, and specifically what are called intervals. So at the top here, we have Alicia researched the average price of concert tickets, and the table shows the results. And these are the average price of concert tickets. So what we're going to do is fill in a frequency table. We made these yesterday when we were making our line plots, so we're going to do them again today for our histograms. So what we do for histograms is we actually set a interval for the prices. So instead of saying how many tickets cost this specific price, we're going to ask how many tickets cost between these two prices. So for example, how many tickets do we have that cost between 25 and 49.99? So we go up and we look at our table up here, and we find that we've got, there is one ticket right here. So we'll put a tally. There is no more. It looks like we have one tally for tickets between $25 and $49.99. So then we look down, and the next interval is between 50 and 74.99. Now this is a distance right here of $25. So is this, and so is this. This is really important because your intervals on your histograms or on your frequency tables here have to be the same. You can't have an interval of $25 here and then an interval of $10 here. It doesn't work like that. You got to be consistent. Okay, so we're going to check and see how many ticket prices we have between 50 and 74.99. So there's one, there's two, there's three, there's four, there's five, and there's six, and there's seven. 7 tickets between $50 and 74.99. And we're going to go down, we can put our frequency over here as the actual number. So we've got 1, Over here we've got 7, and then we'll count the ones between 75 and 99.99 as 1 and 2. 2 tally marks, frequency of 2. And each tally mark represents a concert ticket. And what is the advantage of using a frequency table? Well, what is one advantage? Easy. We can say a couple different things here. One of the things I would say is we can find out how many tickets are under $50. That's a real cool way to use a frequency table, right? How many tickets we got under 50 bucks? 1. How many tickets do we have over $75? 2. Right? Some cool things we can find out using a frequency table. We're going to move on. And the reason we need a frequency table is to help us make a histogram. And as you can see here, looks a lot like a bar graph. Okay? It says here, data from a frequency table, which one of the things we just made, can be displayed as a histogram. A histogram is a type of bar graph used to display numerical data. Numerical means numbers. To have been organized in equal intervals. Again, important, like I described, those intervals must be equal. These intervals allow you to see the frequency distribution of the data, or how many pieces of data are in each interval. So here we have the costs of different remote control airplanes. And we've got a price between $25 and $49.99, $50 and $74.99. Again, the same intervals that we were using in the last one, these $25 intervals, technically $24.99 intervals. And then we can clearly see here that there are, let's say, 9 airplanes between $25 and $49.99, 7 airplanes between $50 and $74.99, only 1 airplane between $75 and $99.99, 2 between this interval. There are no remote control airplanes in this interval, and there is 1 remote control airplane up in this interval here, a really expensive one. And we can use this to help show data, right, and organize it in a really cool way. Another thing that's really important about histograms that might not be explained too often is that your bars in a histogram, which not always in bar graphs, your bars have to touch each other. Okay, unless there is one where there is none, then you would actually leave that on the bottom like that. But your bars have to be touching each other. That's an important part of a histogram as well. So let's go down to question A at the bottom of this page. And it asks us to answer a question about that histogram. So maybe we can look at this data and answer a question about it. For example, refer to the histogram above. How many remote control airplanes cost less than $75? So we have to look at our histogram data up here. And we find this interval right here is between $75 and $99.99. So this, and there's only one of them. This airplane costs more than $75 but less than $99.99. This does not qualify for our question because our question asks how many cost less than $75. This one right here doesn't cost less than $75, so we don't include it. But everything from here over there does cost less than $75. So that is a total of 7 airplanes in this price interval, 9 airplanes in this price interval, and 9 and 7 is 16. So if the answer to this question, 16 remote control airplanes. Okay, let's move on. Now we get into making the histograms. Okay, so this is our first example. I'm going to try to go fast through these to make this video short. So if you need to pause and rewatch this, please do, guys. That's what's really cool about these videos. Okay, so table shows the number of daily visitors selected to select state parks. Draw a histogram to represent the data. daily visitors in state parks, bunch of different numbers here, right? So then they actually took all these numbers and put them in a frequency table. They did them in intervals of 50, right? 1 to 100 to 149, 150 to 199, 200 to 249. Technically, again, intervals of 49, but you know. And what they did was they split it up like that, and then put the tallies for each one of them up here, right? So there was only 2 between 100 and 149, 7 between 150 and 199, and so on and so forth. And they gave the frequencies. Next, you actually have to draw the histogram itself. On the bottom go the intervals. So you got your first interval, second interval. All this stuff is up here in your frequency table. So you just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 intervals down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 intervals down there. And then you actually put the number of parks over here on the side, 0 to 10. And again, they went by twos here. You could go by ones. You can do this however you want to, as long as the data looks good. And then at the bottom, they have it finished where they actually filled it in. 2 parks here, 7 here, 8 here, and then 1 park here, 1 park here, 1 park here. And the histogram is done. And that's how you guys build a histogram. Okay? So what I want you guys to do is try one on your own. Okay? We're going to go to this next page here, top of the page. I want you guys to try this one on your own really quick. Pause the video, and then start it back up. Let's see if you got it right, just like we would in class. Okay? So, table at the right shows a set of test scores. Choose intervals, make a frequency table, and construct a histogram to represent the data. This is what I would do. I would look for my lowest number and my highest number. My lowest number in this set of data down here, I believe, is a 65. And I think that my highest number in this set of data, as far as test scores goes, a 98. So I know my data is going to be between 60 and 100. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes here. So how can I split up the data between 60 and 100? 4 ways, evenly. Probably something like this. All my scores that are from 60 to 69, I'll include there. All of my scores from 70 to 79, those are C's. 80 to 89, B's. And 90 to 99, that ever elusive A. Right? My scores only go up there, so I can leave them like that. Right? Technically, you could have gone to like um, 61 to 70, 71 to 80, 81 to 90, 91 to 100. But we don't have any hundreds, so it's okay to not include it here. I like this distribution. It's nice and even. Let's see what happens. How many D's do we have? Let's go through here. We've got 1, 2. I think that's it. 2 D's. Okay. Frequency is 2. C's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we got 5. 5. 80 to 89. B's. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 90 to 99. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 A's. Holy crap. Now, I want to also say, guys, that if yours doesn't look exactly like mine, that does not mean you're wrong. Which makes this kind of a tough lesson to teach because you could have something slightly different, but it'd still be right. As long as your intervals are evenly spaced, right? As long as these are evenly spaced apart, and as long as you've counted correctly, it looks like we should have 21 plus 7 is 28 test scores. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 28 test scores up here, so it looks like this is going to be correct. Right? This is reasonable. Always a check for reasonableness. And then we're going to go over here and we're going to make our histogram. And let's hope that you put these 4 intervals across the bottom. So we've got 60 to 69 right here. We've got 70 to 79 here. 80 to 89 and 90 to 99. And then our numbers only go up to 11. So we're going to start off with 0 on the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We can go up to 12. So we're going to go by 2s to make sure we can fit all of these in here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Like that. Now that we've got it set up, all we have to do is draw our bars. And remember, they have to touch, and they have to go to their appropriate number of students. So here we go. 60 to 69, there's only 2 of them, so we're going to draw this bar right up to here. 70 to 79, there's 5, so that bar is going to go up to there, and again, they're touching. The next one, 80 to 89, there's 10 of them, so that bar is going to go up to here. And then the last one, there are 11s, that bar is going to go up to 11 to right there. And I would suggest filling these bars in. It makes it look a little bit better, a little bit easier to read the data. And we've created a histogram. Okay? That's it, guys. Hopefully this example is going to be it because I don't want to make this video too long. Hopefully this example is good enough for you guys to kind of go back and review. I would like you guys to do a couple practice problems here. I'm going to throw these ones up, these specific questions, as your Google form questions. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to let you guys create them on the Google form, but that's going to be really good for you to practice. So let's do, on your independent practice page, let's do problems 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you guys to create a histogram here on number 5. Go ahead and do that one on your own. And then down here, we can answer a few questions about these 2 histograms here. Answer questions 6 and 7. And then on the back side here, I would like you guys to do problem number 8. Again, you'll be creating your own histogram there with a set of data. You're going to have to do all that one by yourself. That's a great problem. Do that one for me if you guys have questions. If you get it done and you really want me to see it and check it, go ahead. Email that to me. I'd love to check it out. So if you guys got any questions, let me know. But that's going to do that for the video today. I got my first office hours today. If you guys want to come hang out for a little bit and got some questions, let me know. Peace out.